In this video number B017, I would like to share my own experience. I lived in the Central Java province, Indonesia, in the Javanese-speaking environment. Among the elderly Chinese community, Fujianese or Hokkien dialect was the most commonly used. My father was regarded to be more knowledgeable in Mandarin and Fujianese in the community, and he also spoke Javanese fluently. In my childhood, a friend of my father deliberately challenged my father by asking how to write the Chinese character for the sound plung. Javanese imitates the sound of a rock hitting water as plung. My father said there should be no such letter. His friend said that there was one. He then wrote the character of jing or a whale. He asked my father what this character was. My father answered it was a whale. His friend asked again if there was water in it. My father replied yes, while saying, "I throw a stone into it now." His friend added a point in the middle of the jing character. That he explained that as the stone hit the water, it produced the plung sound. My father laughed aloud and said that if we asked to the newcomer Hokkien people, they would not say plung, as there is no plung pronunciation neither in Fujianese nor in Mandarin. The first time I came to Taiwan to study in a university, I was really surprised to see a small steak restaurant with a big jing character with its dot in the middle on the restaurant entrance banner. With huge curiosity, I entered the restaurant. While eating, I asked the boss about that letter. The boss explained that it was a Japanese character, pronounced no, which meant a Japanese small bowl pot in the shape of the jing character, with charcoal in its middle. And there was an iron pot containing beef put on top of the support. The dot in the middle of the jing letter was that piece of the beef. A few months ago, a Chinese expert friend sent me these jokes. I was very surprised for the second time for this jing character with its dot in the middle. I asked her if that letter was a Japanese character instead of Chinese. Please refer to my previous video number B014 about Japanese kokuji in brief. She replied that it was a letter in Liu Shu from Han Dynasty with a period from the 3rd century BC to the 3rd century AD. Indeed, it took me decades to know that this jing character with its dot in the middle is a real original ancient Chinese character, and its meaning is really the sound of a stone falling into water. However, it's pronounced as jing, not plung. I believe many Chinese and Japanese people also rather know it as an original Japanese letter with the meaning of a bowl of rice with food on top. So, according to a brief explanation in my previous video number B014, this jing in Japanese should be categorized as kokun rather than kokuji. That's all for this video about jing, and thank you for watching.